Hello there, and welcome to week 3 of Business is Mum's Success in 6. Yay! I just wanted to say a massive congratulations for getting to week 3. We're almost halfway through our journey together, but also a thank you again for committing to you and committing to your business. So, where are we right now? Well, we're about to enter into our training on creating irresistible packages and developing a marketing plan in line with you, your budget, and your personality. So, in order to do that, we've had to explain the difference between old business and new business and gain a genuine understanding of what that means for you and your future as an entrepreneur. We've looked at the different types of business plans, your escape plan and your long-term success plan, understanding the transformations that you offer so you can get really confident in the difference that you make. And then last week we looked at what people are really buying from you and how they're buying your approach, your personality, the key message, because pretty much every product and every service is already out there. There's a few innovations in the market, but for the most part, they already exist. So what really makes you stand out from the crowd is you, your personality, and your understanding of your target market and what they want and what they want to achieve. And all of this learning and all of this understanding has really equipped us to generate some irresistible packages. And that's what we're going to look at in this training. We're going to help you create irresistible packages to sell to your ideal client. And we're going to start with one package. We're not going to try and create a whole host or a whole suite of packages. We're going to start with one, your signature package, and we're going to build from there. So in today's training, we look at packaging services, ways to deliver your services, packaging your products, where to get inspiration, and pricing what you offer. Now, I know in the course we have different businesses, which is fantastic for learning, and we've got businesses that provide services and businesses that provide products. You can skip to the part of the training that's most relevant for you. This is a chunky training today. But I'd recommend that you listen to all of the training, because by listening to it all, you'll get ideas, and you'll get ideas from what people are doing in other industries. If you only do what other people in your industry are doing, it's going to be boring, it's going to be stale, and it's not going to stand out in the eyes of the consumer. What I'm asking you to do is learn from other industries, look outside your own industry and get ideas. One of the things that I love to do is to read my fiance's car magazines and golf magazines. And by reading them, I constantly get ideas on how to package what I offer and something that's very different to what I already do. And the second thing that I want to discuss is when you price what you offer, you need to be confident in your pricing in order to create a business that provides the life that you want for you and your family, that affords you to go on holidays, to travel the world, to buy nice things, to retire your husband, retire your wife, whatever it is that you want to do. You have to be able to price what you offer effectively. Now, I don't want you to get carried away and bogged down that if you price this package wrong, it's going to be the end of the world. It's not, but I'm going to challenge you to really value yourself, value your time, value what you offer, value the difference what you make when it comes to pricing what you offer. But we have a step-by-step system to help you do that. So let's dive right in there, look at packaging services. And essentially, all successful service providers started with a signature package that they sell repeatedly and are famous for. So they have that one package that they sell time and time again and people know them for. And once they master that signature package, make the necessary tweaks, improve it, change it, do all of these things, then they added in more packages. So let's jump straight to your workbook and work alongside us and create your signature package. Create a package that you can sell straight away. And you're like, okay, Orla, what the hell is a signature package? What on earth are you talking about? But basically, a signature package is something that you become known for providing. When people think of your name and as you an expert in your industry, they think, oh yeah, Orla provides Success in 6. Oh yeah, Marie Forleo provides B-School. Oh yeah, Boots provide the 3 for 2. Pizza Express provide the 40% off or whatever. They know what you do, or they know what your package is. It's also a step-by-step process that you follow to generate massive results for your clients. So in this package, you are basically generating results. So if you package up reflexology, Reiki, massage, childcare services, accountancy services, it's not the features, it's not that you list what you do, but at the end of them using you, what's the positive impact on their life? What is the results that they've generated? And we're going to create a system to help you generate those things for your customers. It helps you grow and scale and move on to group and online coaching. By mastering packaging and consistently selling them, you actually transition between your short-term escape plan to your long-term success plan. Because here's an example. You start working with clients on a one-to-one basis. You start to sell them packages. You generate those results. As a result of those results, they refer their friends and families. They write testimonials for you. You continue to promote. You increase the price of the packages. Then you start to think, okay, I've worked with enough people now that I want to do a group coaching program. I want to do a group training. I want to do a group package. And then you do your group package. And then you think, okay, I've done this fantastically well. I want to move on to selling this as an online solution. And by selling it as an online solution, when you close your eyes, you've got money coming in. And this works for every industry. If you provide massage service, it can work for, videos to provide how to do massage at home. For reflexology, for Reiki, even for those things that you need to experience, you can show people how to either do it themselves or generate the results at home. But everything starts with you creating that initial package. By creating a package, it means you don't have to sell by the hour. You can pre-sell things in advance. And it's something that you can sell over and over again to generate consistent income. And that's the key thing about these packages. If you create an Easter package, you can sell that every Easter. If you create a Valentine's Day package, if you create a Christmas, a summer holiday, a wedding package, all of these things, you can sell them time and time again. Now, here are some examples of some signature packages that I have purchased. And what I love about these packages is that they really spoke to me and they were a framework for helping generate results. The first there is Mel Wells and the Goddess Revolution. Mel Wells is a young lady who struggled really, really badly with food, really badly with an eating disorder. She hated food. She was either overeating or undereating or been really, really strict, and as a result, she was punishing her body. And she created a framework to show people how to love their body again, to worship their body, to nurture it, to eat really well, and to remove any guilt associated with eating any junk food. And through that, she created the Goddess Revolution, which started with a book, an online coaching program, a group coaching program, and she also runs retreats. So do you see what I mean there? She has got this package that she sells again and again and again and again. And also she can package it in different ways. So the information can be packaged through a book, it can be packaged through a coaching program, and it can be packaged through an online coaching program as well. The next example there is Tony Robbins and Unleash the Power Within. Now this is about showing how you can turn events into packages. And by turning events into packages, he creates an experience. So it's a 4-day event that takes place down in London. And in that 4-day event, you learn so much about yourself. You learn what's holding you back, what your future potential is, how to experience it. And on the first day, you actually walk over hot coals. Now, when I went down to London to do this course, I thought that on day 4 we'd do the fire walk, but we did it on day 1 because he wanted on day 2, 3, and 4 to really show you what was possible for you and your life. The next example we have is Marie Forleo and B School. Now, Marie Forleo paved the way for business coaches and online coaches, both in health, fitness, in all sorts of industries, because she showed you how to create an online school whereby you could teach people to learn how to run their own business. And in teaching this and creating this framework, she showed people how to grow their businesses and to make money and change the world and to build a business and life that they love. The next example is Denise Duffield Thomas and her Lucky Bitch Money Bootcamp. And she shows you how to get confident in money, how to feel amazing, and actually how to remove any barriers to you earning more money and having a successful business. And the last example is Darren Hardy with the Entrepreneur Fast Pass. This is a 12-week package whereby he packages up all his knowledge on becoming an entrepreneur through a course, and you learn about old versus new business, how to recruit, and how to build a business that you're proud of, something that's going to last long, and how to sell and to market. So it's absolutely fantastic. What I would really recommend is that you purchase the Entrepreneur Roller Coaster, which is a book with the same information packaged up. And it's basically a diluted version of this course, but it's still absolutely fantastic learning. So these are the packages that are available in my industry, in the coaching industry, in the training industry. And I can guarantee you that there are similar packages available in your industry. So I want you to do some research. I want you to get your Jessica Fletcher marketing head on and look at successful packages available in your industry. Why do they work? What makes them so enticing? Is it how they group together everything? Is it how they explain the end result, the outcomes that you're going to experience? What do you like about these packages? What do you think, oh my God, that's fantastic. I'd really like to bring some of those into the package that I am going to create. What do you not like? What do you think, hell no, I do not want that in my package. It wouldn't work for my clients. It's not in line with me and my business and my brand values. And how can they inspire you in creating your packages? And as I said earlier, if you only look at what's going on in your industry, you're going to get very, very limited ideas. So I want you to do the same for similar industries. So industries that are similar to yours. And I want you to do the same in completely different industries. So as I said, I like to read Blair's Golf and Car magazines because they're completely different to the coaching industry. And I get loads of ideas on how to package, how to sell, how to make things look really, really enticing. So you need to look at packages in completely different industries so you can get ideas, so that you can present something different, so that you can be different to your competitors and really, really line yourself up for success. Now there are 7 steps in creating your package, and we're going to go through all of them. You're probably thinking, okay, Orla, that's great, 7 steps, but you now expect me to go and create a package as I complete this worksheet. And yes, I do, because most of the work in these steps you've already created, and everything else I'm going to take you through. So the first step is knowing your niche, which we already covered in last week's training. The second step is showcasing the benefits, results, and transformations that you offer, which we already looked at in week 1 and week 2. Designing your signature system through the features and benefits. Now, I have a 3-step process for doing this. How to price what you offer, and how to price what you offer so you don't undersell yourself, so that you feel confident, so that you earn money, so that you build yourself up and create a business that works for you in the long term. How to minimize perceived risk. When we're asking someone to invest their hard-earned cash, there's always an element of risk. How to name what you offer so it's really, really enticing and jumps out at your ideal client. And how to manage any possible objections. Now, by going through all of this, it really helps you understand how you're going to promote it when you create your marketing plan, and how you're going to compel people to buy this from you, which we will look at loads of tips for this in the second training video this week. So first of all, knowing your niche. So when we look at your niche, think, what are they looking for help with right now? Now, you know this because chances are your niche and your target market is an earlier version of yourself. So is it that you can help them lose weight, earn more money, get a nicer home, feel better about themselves, remove any aches and pains, have more peace of mind because their childcare solutions are taken care of, take care of their own accounts. Get clear on the main problem or concern that you can provide a solution for. Now, don't overthink this. Don't think about what you can do in a year's time, what you can do in 2 years' time. Think of what is the problem they're looking for help with right now that you can help out with. And once you've done that, we want to move on to step number 2, and we want to showcase the benefits and transformations. Now, you're probably thinking, I don't know any benefits or transformations. I don't know what you're talking about. But I'm going to give you examples, and I'm going to ask you to look at what you offer and list all of the benefits that they will experience as a result of using you in some key areas. And I'll talk you through those key areas just now. Now, I'm going to use the example of a health coach, because when I wanted to get pregnant with Alton, I paid to work with a raw food coach, and I experienced these benefits myself. So I'm going to talk you through the benefits that I experienced of using this package, so they're true. You know, I'm being really genuine, and actually they've stayed with me quite some time later. So first of all, think, what are the financial benefits of somebody using your services? So if you're a health coach, You'd probably think, well, they're able to spend money on the things that they genuinely love because they're not paying for fast food. When I was working with a health coach, I had my food. I never felt deprived. I had set meals. So I was no longer going to Starbucks. I was no longer eating out. I was no longer treating myself to a top or makeup or to all these things to make myself feel better because I had so much energy. I felt amazing. I was brimming with confidence. So financially, when I wanted to feel better about myself, I would just dip my hands into my pockets and spend money on crap. I did not do that working with this health coach. I saved so much money. And actually, I no longer needed to go to the doctors or to buy like supplements or immunity tea or things to make myself vitamins, make myself feel better. I no longer had to spend money on those. I didn't lose money by having any time off work because I felt sick. I always felt amazing. So there were so many benefits available to me. From an emotional perspective, the benefits that I experienced was I felt well rested. I slept so well every night that when I woke up in the morning, I felt like the best version of myself. And because of that, I was happier, I was calmer, I was more in tune with myself. Had I not invested in a health coach, I would have continued to be exhausted, stressed, and at the whim of my emotions. The physical benefits I had of using a health coach was I was going to sleep early. I had the best night's sleep. I've never experienced anything like it. I had so much more energy that although I was going to bed earlier, I didn't need to be in this bed for as long. So I was jumping up out of the bed at 5 o'clock in the morning with loads of energy. I had a sense of wellness and I just felt so slim. And I was putting on clothes that I hadn't worn in years and I felt absolutely fantastic. Had I not worked with a health coach, I would have continued to have sleepless nights. I would have continued to gain weight, feel groggy, my skin would have been bad, and it would have looked unhealthy. So, do you see what I'm doing here? I'm naming the positive benefits that I did experience, and I'm also naming the negative things that I would have experienced had I not worked with a health coach. And it's always nice to look at both sides. From a spiritual perspective, I had more time and energy to pursue the activities that made me feel alive and getting to know the real you. It's amazing that when you're not comforting yourself with food, you actually get to see your real self. If you have a bad day and you don't make yourself feel better or appease yourself with a cake or a biscuit or a chocolate, you kind of have to have that conversation with yourself and you really, really get to understand yourself, what's causing it, what's triggering it. And because of this, I didn't risk burnout. I wasn't going to run the risk of feeling exhausted and burning myself out and actually feeling so stressed and frazzled because I did not know myself. From a relationship perspective, I had so much more energy. I just wanted to connect more with my friends and family because my confidence was growing. I wanted to get out and meet new people, and I felt so much better with my other half. And it helped that physically I felt so much better, and obviously that impact in so many areas. If I had not gone to health coach, it could have led to arguments because I didn't feel better about myself. And sometimes you take that out on the people that are closest to you. Maybe you feel slightly isolated because you don't want to get out and meet new people and you avoid social occasions. Now, the future potential of using a health coach is that you're optimistic about the future. When your skin feels great, when your hair feels great, when you feel great physically, you don't dread getting older. You're not afraid of time passing, and you want to pursue your dreams because you have this energy, this vim and pep. If you don't use a health coach and you continue on your same path, sometimes you could be wasting all of your energy doing the basics. You waste your energy getting up, going to work, living, working, so you don't have energy available to pursue your dreams and you feel like the world is against you. Now, those examples that I've listed, they might seem extreme to you, but they actually are the experiences that I had by purchasing a package from a health coach. I wasn't paying for the 6 weeks of working with her. I was paying for the results that I experienced as a result of those 6 weeks. And she did a fantastic job of asking me questions and conveying the benefits of those. So, what is the cost of all of these things? So, what is the cost of your packages? So, really, the cost is the cost of not using you. So there's a cost in using you, the cost of your packages, but also there's a cost in not using you. And I've given the examples, and they also come into financial, emotional, physical, spiritual, relationships, and future potential. So when people say, oh, I don't know if I can afford to use you, there's a way of reframing it and actually exploring what is the cost of not using you? What is the cost of not buying your packages to relieve your stress? What is the cost of not buying your package to find the best childcare, to get the best possible accountant, to do your books? What is the cost of not using you? You know, it's always that famous saying that, you know, think hiring a professional is expensive, try hiring an amateur. That is pretty much what we're looking at here. So basically, we know our ideal client, we know what the benefits of using us are in the key area, and I want you to list those out in the worksheet. Now I want you to create your signature system. So when you're creating your signature system, I just want you to break it down like where you see most signature systems. So one of the most popular packages that I see in the shops, and I've purchased it so many times, is the Dine In for 10. It started off in Marks and Spencer's, you know, when you had Dervla Kerwin, really sultry talk about, you know, dining in for 10, and then it moved on to Tesco's. And what it basically means was you went in and you got an amazing meal for two, you got a starter, a main course, and a dessert, and, you know, you got a nightcap, and it just felt fantastic for a tenner, you know. And when I went in and I purchased it there recently, they had a 4-pack of Diet Coke, which cost like £3, and that was included in this Dine In for 10. So when you're creating your signature system or you're creating your package, I want you to choose a starter, which is an introduction, something to give them a bit of an insight into what you offer. I want you to choose a main course, which is the meat, the chunky bit, and a dessert, something sweet at the end. And again, I'm going to use a health coach example. So rather than just say, here is what I offer, maybe you could turn around and say, as a starter, there could be 4 weekly coaching sessions. You could have a sleep diary, weekly meal planning and cheat sheets, a checklist, a Revive audio series where you record some tapes or some MP3s for them to listen to, or an ebook that I wrote on how I cured overeating. So that's an example. The main course could be a getting to know you questionnaire, a lay the foundations intensive 4 weekly Revive sessions. So they're just some fancy names for 4 weekly intensive coaching sessions. And the dessert could be £100 off for any clients you recommend over the next 30 days. So you can break down what you already offer and actually think, how can I structure this in a way where it creates a really fantastic package? An example here for an accountant would be maybe the starter is that you do a free introduction to a self-assessment workshop where you get to mix with other entrepreneurs and learn how to track income and expenditure and how to save receipts, etc. So that could be your starter for your package. Your main course could be the preparation of accounts and submit self-assessment. And your dessert could be a notebook to record all of the income and expenditure, or a spreadsheet template that you send to clients so they can do it for the next year to make it easier for them going forward. So there's an example of a package that you can create using the starter, main course and dessert system. So when you're racking your brains and you're looking for ideas and you're thinking, how can I do this? I'm not quite sure. Here are some tips on ways to deliver your packages. Here are some tips and some things that you can group together in the starter, in the main course and the dessert. So maybe you say there's accountability checks, audio recordings. Maybe you want to do an audit. This is really popular. People do wardrobe audits, content audits, website audits, sales audits, health audits, fitness audits, childcare audits. Maybe you want to have checkpoint meetings. So you say once a week, once every 2 weeks, we're going to meet. A coaching session, a customized cheat sheets, done for you plans, strategies, reports, website templates, copy, etc. Email support, emergency calls, whereby they can have 5 emergency calls while working with you, where they can contact you at any time and you'll get back to them within X period. Maybe you want to have a help desk, which nowadays can be in the form of, an online document that you share that they can search for easy answers to FAQs. Some intensives. I remember when I was learning how to drive. Now, it took me 3 years how to learn how to drive, and I spent an absolute fortune on driving lessons. I wish I just paid for the intensive. One of my friends came along and she paid, I think it was like £500 for just an intensive 1 week worth of driving. So you were driving all day, every day in the week building up to your test, and bam, they passed their test. Laser coaching as well. So it's similar to the intensives. It's to get you through a particular challenge that you are facing. Maybe you want to add people to a group program. Lots of people do it if they sign up for one of their intensive VIP coaching, that they get access to a group coaching program. Retreats, health and fitness retreats. Screencast tutorials, which is basically what I'm doing right here. Speaking gigs, specifically focus sessions. So maybe you want to have a massage to get rid of a particular pain. Maybe you want to have a Reiki session. Maybe you want to have a CV review, a launch strategy. Workshops, open workshops, they could be online, they could be face-to-face, and people get access to those. Video updates like Facebook Lives in a group, or VIP days. So when you're creating your starter, your main course and your dessert, maybe you want to pick some ideas from this and creating it, or maybe you want to go back to the research that you did both in your industry and outside your industry and get some ideas. You might already have an offering. So maybe you might already turn around and say, well, I already do a 1 hour massage session, a 1 hour coaching session, or a 1 hour Reiki session. And maybe right now, to create your package, we just need to pad out what you already do so that we make sure we include absolutely everything that chances are is inbuilt into your subconscious and you're not even aware of how important it is. So an example of what I put into a 1 hour coaching session. First of all, I send over an initial questionnaire to determine exactly how I can help. Then I have 2 hours of my time and attention researching your needs and preparing tailored recommendations. So I don't just hop on a coaching call, I spend time looking what's going on in the market, how can I help, what ideas have I noticed, what works best for them and their business right now. Then there's the hour session where I take you through my unique approach, just how I can help you. And you will walk away with pages of notes and practical recommendations. I give people worksheets to complete, a 1-page personalized summary of what we cover, so you always track what we covered in that coaching session, and an email check-in 7 days to assess progress. Or the way things work right now is I tend to keep in contact with most people via Facebook Messenger. So if you already offer something, break down absolutely everything that you do into a step-by-step process, and that could be a package already made for you as well. I would recommend you go through the 7 steps, but chances are you already have a package and you don't even know about it. So then I want to move on to pricing what you offer. And this is where we really want to build confidence. We want to get you feeling amazing, feeling enthused, feeling fantastic. So when you create your package, I want you just to pluck a figure from the sky and say, this is the price that I want to charge for this. This is the price that I feel comfortable with. It's entering into my head. And then I want you to look at, what are the 3 most compelling benefits of working with you? What are the 3 real benefits that people are going to experience? Like, how are they going to walk away feeling fantastic? For me, it's that really they just feel confident knowing about business, understanding business, getting their head around things, and they feel confident selling more as themselves. For you, what is it that you bring to the table? What makes you feel really confident? Then I want you to think, what would it cost your client over the next year if they did not use you? What would it cost your client over the next year if they did not get the best possible childcare? If they did not work with the best possible accountant? If they did not work with the best possible coach? If they did not sort out those aches and pains that are making them feel miserable? What would that cost to them financially and in all the areas that we've already discussed? And then I want you to look at 3 competitors. Now, when I say 3 competitors, I mean shit hot competitors, the good ones, the fantastic ones, not the ones that make you feel intimidated, because chances are you are much better than them. I know how fantastic you are and how much you can compare about your business, but it's nice to know what's going on in the market. So look at 3 competitors and what do they charge? And I want you to calculate the average. And then I want you to consider a figure that aligns with your brand values. If you say you are the best at what you do and you charge the cheapest, it's not going to work. If you walked into a restaurant and said the best steak in the city for $4.99, you would walk out of that restaurant because you think, oh my God, this is like a bird foot or something, you know? If you said the world's greatest coach and you charged way less, the world's greatest massage therapist and you charged way less, it's not going to align with your brand values, you know? So you want to make sure that it does align. And now I want you to think, this is the price I'm thinking of. So chances are this price will be higher than the first price that you thought of, because actually you've looked at it in a different way and you've thought, there are benefits of working with me. If they don't work with me and they stay on the same trajectory that they're on now, chances are their lives are going to be considerably worse in X amount of time. because they need what I'm offering. And then I want you to look at your competitors and to realize that there's already people out there in the world charging this, so you know it is a viable business and you know that it makes sense. And when it comes to pricing what you offer, there are some common price brackets. Now, in one of the bonuses for Success in 6, I will look at the psychology of pricing to do a bit more explanation for you on that. But for the purpose of this, there are common price bracket jumps. Now it's 47, 97, 149, 199, 249, 297. So they tend to go up in £50 jumps. So it's very seldom that you'd see an offer on there for 75. You know, you could, but I want you to consider prices that your consumers are already aware of and already in tune of. And then if you're going for the higher end, 1997, 2497, £500 jumps. You might decide that you're going to offer a payment plan. Now, a payment plan is a fantastic way to compel people to buy now. So you can say, lock this down for £1 today, or pay £1 for the next week, and then we'll charge you the full price. If you're offering a payment plan, you have to cover your back. You have to add 50 to 20% onto the total cost and ensure that you're paid 50% up front. So some people will already have payment facilities in place where they'll say pay £1 today, enter your card details, and after 7 days they'll automatically deduct your funds. If you don't have that in place and you're relying on PayPal or bank transfer, I would recommend that you get them to pay 50% up front and that you already charge more in case they cancel or in case there's any problems. You do have to cover your back. So when it comes to perceived risk, when people are investing money, there's always risks in investing the money. So what we need to look at is how we can minimize those perceived risks. And the way that we can do that is through case studies. So with case studies, we can take a previous client that we've worked with and go through absolutely everything they've experienced, what worked, how they felt before, how they felt afterwards, talk through the step-by-step process, and have those on your websites, have those on your social media, display those where people can see, so that if somebody says, oh, I've got a few questions, you can say, oh, your questions are similar to Mary's questions, here's Mary's experience. Another way to minimize perceived risk is to have a discovery call or a strategy session, so they can phone you in advance, they can talk about absolutely everything with you, you can alleviate any concerns and show them that they're the right person for you. And a fantastic way is to always arrange more discovery calls or strategy sessions that you could ever possibly work with. In other industries, the equivalent of this is tasters. So you organize like tasters of what you offer. So a 5-minute taster, 15-minute taster, so they can experience what you offer, know that it's right for them, and then book the full package. Maybe you want to have some pre-course training, so you give them some training before it starts. So maybe you want to do a 5-day challenge, maybe you want to have a free introductory workshop so that you can give them loads of advice so they can see what your approach is like. Frequently asked questions. You know your ideal client inside out, so you can get their questions, you can list them all on your website in a document so that they can come and say, oh, I've got some questions. You can say, oh, here's our frequently asked questions, or you can talk them through it because you already know what they're going to ask you. You can have some guarantees. Now, most small businesses are afraid of guarantees because they're afraid that people might ask for their money back, and it really comes back down to your confidence and how you feel about everything. Now, what I would say when it comes to your confidence and guarantees is most people really don't look for their money back. It's a very small majority of people, but you do have to protect yourself. So what I see a lot of people doing is offering a full money back guarantee after X period of time, or they'll say once you've completed everything, they will give you your money back. So say complete your course and submit all of your worksheets and you'll get your money back, because you're trying to alleviate any buyer remorse whereby people buy something and they turn around a few days later and say that they don't want it. It's not quite where we're at. That shouldn't really happen when we know our ideal client, but if it does, we want to make sure that you protect yourself, but also that you offer a guarantee that's enticing. Maybe you want to have some personal recommendations. Personal recommendations work really well, quite like referrals, where people will say, you know, I recommend this person, it's fantastic, here's my experience. Portfolios for anyone who deals with stuff that they create, like florists, photography, makeup. I would recommend that you have a portfolio so that you can show people, they can peruse it either online or offline and get a feel for what you offer to minimize the risk. the best news about portfolios is, like, nowadays the best possible portfolio to have is an Instagram page, because if you are a photographer and you've got a shit on Instagram, it really shows that. If you're a makeup artist and you demonstrate on Instagram or Facebook Live, that's like a modern day portfolio. Years ago, portfolios used to cost a fortune, and that's not the case anymore. Another way of minimizing perceived risk is that you list your qualifications, your credentials, your industry memberships on your website, your Facebook, business cards, absolutely everywhere, so that they know what you stand for. You list your refund policy. If you're not happy, here's what's going to happen, and you tell them what that is. You provide some samples, and it especially works when you're selling products. You provide samples of what you offer. What you'll notice when you're buying books on Amazon is, in lots of cases, they'll let you read the first chapter free. I was in a pub today having lunch, and there was a copy of Cosmo. When you opened it up, they had like that perfume sample. So these providing samples has worked for years, and I'm pleased to say it still smelled. Somebody else had used it, but I was still rubbing my hand against the perfume. And your success stories, they're not as in-depth as your case studies, but they do provide more information than your personal recommendation. So there are loads of ways of minimizing the perceived risk, because when you're asking anyone to invest money, there's going to be an element of, you need to convince me here, because there is a risk that I'll waste my money. And we've all wasted money. We've all spent money on absolutely crap that we had nothing to show for. So our job is to reassure people that this is a good investment of their money. Now, the next thing that we look at is how to name your package. Now, naming your package is really, really key, because we don't want it to be boring. We want it to be relevant, specific, and fun. So consider, what is the main result of your offer? What is the result that they will experience? What kind of energy do you want to convey in your offer? So what is the investment required on their behalf in order to achieve the results? And how long will it take them to achieve it? So here are some examples. Everyone knows I love Joe Wicks. I just think he is such a good example of somebody transitioning from his escape plan, which saw him running boot camps in London, to now he's got a Channel 4 show. He's got a massive YouTube following, fastest selling fitness and weight loss cookbook in UK history so far, like all of these amazing things. But Joe Wicks has Lean in 15. So you get lean with 15-minute recipes, and he shows 15-second videos on his YouTube and his Facebook. I've seen some examples: 6 weeks to sexy, 6 weeks to shredded, 6 weeks to feeling amazing. You know, there's all of these things. 6 weeks to no pain. 12-week body, business, home, health, finance transformation. Big Girls Knickers boot camp. Lose your muffin top in 6 weeks. Success in 6. Copy Cure, Copy Cash Machine. These are all examples of packages that are out there right now. And you can see they don't say get better at, learn how to. They tell you exactly what you're going to learn and when you're going to learn it. So again, some top tips. Look at packages your competitors offer. What do you like? What do you not like? Look at industries similar to yours. Look at completely different industries, and look at different countries. We live in a global business right now. Look absolutely everywhere. In the first instance, it's easier to look at English-based countries. Look at America. Look at London. Look at Malta. Look at Australia. Look at New Zealand. Look at Ireland. Look all around the world at English-speaking countries, if that's your first language. And using Google Translate, you can look in China. You can look in France, you can look in Germany, but get ideas from all around the world to make you feel fantastic and to create the best packages and to name them. And then we want to look at managing objections. And we did say when I was promoting this course that we wanted to make it a way so you didn't have any objections. And the more that you understand your customers, the more that you create packages that convey a journey that show exactly what you offer, the less objections that you're going to get. But I want you to cover all possible objections in the promotion of what you offer. If you find you're getting common objections like how long will it take? I get that often enough. I don't have enough time. Well, then I provide lifetime access, and I build a business around a child, so I can show you how to do this. But when it comes to objections, it's usually time, money, and effort. So I want you to consider what are those areas. I want you to list out all concerns and objections that they're likely to have, and how can you respond to these objections in an understanding way. So you don't want to judge people for having these objections. You want to show them that you really understand where they're coming from. So There are 7 steps in how to create a package. It might sound like a lot of work because you're like, oh, 7 steps. But once you do it, you'll realize how easy it is to do. And you already know this information. It's just a matter of us putting it into a framework that's easy to understand. And over time, this will become like second nature to you, and you're not going to worry about a thing. So now I want to come on to how to package products. Now, the benefits of how to package products is we see these every day. So there's loads of ideas, there's loads of inspiration, and there's loads of ways for you to do it. It's not as intensive as packaging services because the framework is already there. The success is out there, the clues are out there, and you just have to do it in a way that works for you and that aligns to your business. So, products sell well as packages. So, by increasing the value of each sale, you earn more money. So, by creating packages from products, you are going to earn more money. You will group things together, but if you continue to sell packages and people continue to buy them for you, you're going to increase the amount of money that comes into your bank account. So, what we want to look at is combining a mixture of products that suit a certain situation. So it could be a dinner, losing weight, taking care of yourself, spoiling yourself, Christmas, birthdays, Valentine's Days, Mother's Day, New Year, Chinese New Year, Easter, hen dos, honeymoons. Think of all of the situations that are going on in the life of your customer. Now, they could be big situations, they could be small situations, and create a package around those and make it easy for people to buy them. And make it feel like you have to buy them through perceived value. So, for example, if you go into Boots and they have their lunchtime offer, which pretty much every supermarket has copied, Co-op, Asda, everywhere does it now. Small shops do it now, big shops. You used to go in and think, okay, I'll get a bottle of water. Well, that bottle of water is £1. I could get a sandwich and a side and a drink for £3, and the sandwich is £2.50. So the perceived value is that I have to buy this meal deal. And all of a sudden, Boots, the chemist, which was quiet over lunchtime because not too many people were going in to buy their shampoo, is absolutely chock-a-block at lunch because people are going in to buy the meal deal. So that works really well because they have to have it because you're a fool if you don't buy it. And it happens every time I go into Superdrug or Boots and they've got the 3 for 2 offer on the makeup. I go in and I pick up a foundation. I think, okay, £10 for that foundation. Well, actually, if I spend another tenner, I could have 2 more. So I leave with 3 bottles foundation. And to be honest, I'm not entirely sure I needed the first one, but it is the perceived value that makes me want to spend more. So here are some examples of some packages. The Tesco meal deal or the M&S that started at the dine-in for 10. So they make it really irresistible. 1 main, 2 sides, 1 dessert for a tenner. Absolutely fantastic. In the UK, they throw in a drink there for £10. I saw a Sleep Thief package. It was a package for new mums, and I just thought that was absolutely ingenious there. It had the little jumpsuit for the baby that said Sleep Thief. It had the essential oils to help people sleep, and it had the eye mask over the eyes. But if you're creating a package for a new mum, just kind of think, what do they need? Feel back to normal. Sleep Thief, just anything, boob relief, anything that can actually appeal to them and speak directly to them. Then there's the Tying the Knot pamper package. So it's a pamper package for the bride, and you could do one for the groom, maybe if you sold cigars or if you sold like nice whiskies or anything, depending on what they see the value in. But this Tying the Knot pamper package had shampoos, creams, perfumes, smellies, all of these things that a bride would really like on the night of their wedding. I saw the Asda afternoon tea, and this was another take on the meal deals. When absolutely everyone else was selling meal deals, Asda realised that, hang on a minute, why don't we package our cakes? Rather than just say 3 for £1, why don't we package our cakes into an afternoon tea, put them together into afternoon tea, because afternoon teas are so popular right now. Everyone's gone out to have a Prosecco with an afternoon tea. Why not do it this way? So you could create an occasion package for your products, or you could create the anti-occasion package. So the occasion package might be the Valentine's Day package, and the anti-occasion might be the Galentine's Day package. So if you don't have another half, or maybe you don't want to celebrate with your other half, maybe you want to celebrate the fact that you love going out with your girlfriends. So you could have a girls' night in a club, Rather than a couple's massage, you could have a girlfriend's massage. All of these things really work. So if you have a wedding package, you could have a divorce package, you know? If you have a holiday package, you could have a staycation package. So consider the occasion, and to flip it, what's the opposite of that if they're not getting a chance to do it? So how can you present these packages? And again, I want you to look at what's already out there, what's already working in the industry. So it could be the 3 for 2 mix and match, really, really popular. It could be spend X amount and get a gift to the value of X free. It could be the meal deal situation, you know, get all this for a tenner, get all this for £3.50. Appeal for the occasion or the anti-occasion. Holiday package, weight loss package for holidays, Hindus, weddings, night out, new mom. It could be a subscription package. Maybe you provide something that you can say, okay, £10 a month and I will deliver X amount of cocktail flavoured cupcakes to your home. Maybe in your package you want to include a coupon for future purchases from you. Amazon did this in their wine box. Maybe you want to provide thank you notes. Maybe you want to provide an auto subscribe for refills when they're signing up, that they can get free refills if do this, and you want to make it really convenient for them to purchase and to take it home. So when you're providing packages for products, all of the information is already out there, and it's just about looking to think, okay, if it works in that industry, could it work in my industry? If someone else in my industry is doing it in another country, chances are it'll work in this one as well. If somebody is doing it nearby, how can I make it considerably better so people would choose me before they choose them? So top tips, develop your signature package. What is your starter, main course, and dessert? And that is specifically for businesses that provide services. When you provide products, what products can you bundle together to create a package? I want you to play around. I want you to test, measure, and always update them. And I want you to appeal to your customer and do not focus on what is in the package. You don't walk into a pizzeria and say, please, can I have a pizza base with tomato sauce, cheese, pepperoni, and peppers on top. No, you ask for a pepperoni pizza. You don't have to focus on all of the things. Just focus on the end result, focus on the experience, focus on what's going to work for them as a result of buying this package. And then I want you to consider when to promote it. Always plan 3 months in advance, okay? Look at the next 3 months and think, what has happened in the life of my customer? What package can I create now that will appeal to them? We want to generate you some money. We need to generate you some income. So always know what's going on in your client's life. Get back to your ideal client work. Know your ideal client inside out. Is it Christmas and the build up? You know, you can promote excess, promote luxury, promote amazing gifts, promote what you provide. In January, most people are cutting back. They're going on a diet, they're trying to lose weight, they're trying to make a new them, they're achieving new goals for the new year. How can you promote that? When it comes to summer, we've got long nights, holidays, weddings, Hindus, barbecue, kids off, school, festival, bare legs, you know, wanting to look your best when you're going out in your bikini, all of these things that you can appeal to in your packages. And a really good, fantastic way, and something that you can do now, is appeal to month end. You know, most people get paid at a similar time of the month. It's usually after the 20th of the month. And in the last weekend, they spend like crazy, they go bananas, they spend loads of money, and they just feel incredible. So maybe you want to say, okay, once a month, I'm going to create this package and promote it, or remind people of a package that's already underway. Okay, so what I want you to do now, get back to your worksheet, complete your worksheet, really drill down on your package, and let's start promoting it as soon as we possibly can. In the next training, we'll look at creating a marketing plan. Become a marketing detective. Inspiration is everywhere. You know, all of these packages already exist. You're just tailoring it for you, your business, and your approach. Take screenshots, take photos, buy magazines from other industries, and use these for inspiration. Create your package. And for product-based businesses, create a package you will sell in the next 3 months. Look at what's happening and how can I group my products together to make a package that would appeal to people. So, you know, if you were looking at Valentine's Day, chances are you could group some products that would be very similar for Valentine's Day. Tweak them ever so slightly, they work for Mother's Day. Tweak them ever so slightly, and they then work for the summer. It's actually quite easy to do. And you know, we're going to finish off with a quote. You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. Just go for it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but create a package now. Name it, make it sound fantastic, you know, and just get out there and start promoting it. Oh, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. I told you this training was a corker. There's a lot in today to cover. Let's get straight on the Facebook group. Share any packages that you see, share any ideas, and I look forward to helping you from there. Bye for now. Orla.